The entrance wall at the Hirshhorn Museum is covered with the names of thousands who perished during China's 2008 earthquake. The quake had a huge impact on Ai Weiwei's art, which occupies the second and third levels of the museum. Snake ceiling, for example, stretches around an entire floor with 600 backpacks that represent children who died in the earthquake. Mika Yoshitaki is an assistant curator at the museum.
Those different sizes correspond to the ages of the students. Basically, he was able to find 5,196 names of students and where they were going to school, as well as their gender and their age, their birth date, and the address of the schools.
He got people to read the names out loud.
So basically, he put a call out through his Twitter that he wanted each of these names to be recorded by different individuals.
Ai grew up in northwestern China, where his family was exiled. He studied at the Beijing Film Academy and lived in the U.S. from 1981 to 1993.
And spent a lot of time, meeting kind of the bohemian kind of, artists and poets in the East Village, New York scene, as well as absorb a lot of the art, especially Duchamp, Warhol, Jasper Johns. The exhibition itself is named according to what? Ai Weiwei according to what is named after a Jasper Johns painting.
His art includes sculpture, photography, video, architecture, and ceramics. Some visitors were blown away.
This should be mandatory for people, for the kids and for colleges, for, everywhere. People should come here and see this and try to absorb his message.
But one visitor asked about the 38 tons of steel rebar collected from buildings that collapsed in the earthquake and stretched into a work of art.
Those rebars weigh like so much, and transferring them from China to here uses a lot of carbon emissions,
Yoshitaki says reactions has been mixed.
Some people, artists included in China, see him as sort of exploiting this very tragic event and using it for his own artistic practice. But I don't see it that way. He's actually doing the work of actually going to the site, being very bold, and also facing a lot of backlash from the government.
In 2001, Ai Weiwei was arrested and detained for 81 days. He was unable to attend this retrospective, his first in the U.S., because the Chinese authorities confiscated his passport.
I think people in China need to communicate in a more free and natural way. Such communication might touch on national issues of politics. I don't think such viewpoints pose a threat to a country.
Once again, curator Mika Yoshitaki.
His activism is part of his practice, as much as his art is. That's who makes up Ai Weiwei.
In Washington, Mariama Diallo, VOA News.